G'day. Ghosts of reforms past. What others wish they'd remembered. Kia ora team, let's take a brief tour of educational deja vu. 3 countries, 3 versions of the same tidy promise. Make it simpler, make it stricter, make it measurable. Watch improvement arrive on schedule. And then, a few years later, watch the system quietly add back what was trimmed. Take England. The move was rigour, tighter content, sharper tests, stronger central direction. Some results ticked up, comparisons got easier, but the price was narrowing. Arts, languages, and local inquiry lost daylight. After the initial fanfare, a familiar phrase resurfaced, broad and balanced. It turns out you can't revise depth into existence after you standardise it out of the week. Who knew? In the United States, under No Child Left Behind, accountability bit hard. Tested subjects moved modestly, and schools learnt to speak fluent multiple choice. The unintended side effects were equally fluent: teaching to the test, curriculum thinning, and a cottage industry of pacing guides promising fidelity over judgement. Later reforms tried to soften, but the habits remained. When a proxy becomes king, the kingdom adjusts its diet. Australia. Streamlining looked sensible, tidy the standards, align the instruments, reduce burden. In practice, less on paper turned into ritual load, meeting, artefacts, evidence binders, because systems that fear variation create paperwork as a pacifier. Teachers saw more time proving they were teaching than time improving what they taught. Different contexts, same pattern. Why? First, good gravity. Make a narrow metric, high stakes, and the system optimizes for it. You get better at what you count and worse at what you crowd out. Scores rise in tested domains. Curiosity, creative work, and local relevance make way. It's improvement by subtraction of the very ingredients that make learning stick. Second, the myth of the medium. Uniform scripts appear fair, but they strip the varied entry points students need, especially neurodivergent and multilingual learners. Equity isn't making everyone climb the same ladder, it's building different ladders to the same vista. When policy forgets that, classrooms become brittle, consistent, yet quietly exclusionary. Third, lagged harm. Narrowing can boost this term's numbers and next term's disengagement. Attention is the currency of thinking. Remove belonging and meaning and attention collapses. By the time the data shows it, the habit is furniture. So, what should our remember before we order the same meal? 1. Standardise the signal, not the script. Publish concise progressions with rich annotated exemplars, English and te reo, and use light sampling to see the national picture. Then make local adaptation a requirement, not a rebellion. Integrity to purpose beats obedience to a page number. 2. Invest in judgment as infrastructure. Quality isn't a memo, it's time. Ring-fence hours for collaborative planning, moderation across schools, IEPs, induction, and mentor. If you want consistency, calibrate teacher judgment in the daylight together. Don't force fidelity in the shadows alone. 3. Measure more things more lightly. Peer sampling tests with portfolios, exhibitions, and performances. Publish national banks of annotated student work so what good looks like is public property. Use it. Does it make sense to you? Publish national banks of annotated student work so what good looks like is public property. There you go, nailed it. Use numbers to ask better questions, not to end them. 4. Design for the margins first, UDL by default. Multiple ways to access, process, and show learning. Assistive tech normalized, translanguaging welcomed. When the timetable and tasks work for the edges, the middle lifts. That's equity as engineering, not as slogan. 5. Protect local context. Really important. A nation of rivers, languages, marae, and industries cannot be taught entirely from a single playlist. Anchor literacy and numeracy in real ideas, place, projects, whānau stories, so attention and memory have something to hold. Here's the quiet truth behind the international regret. Systems fell in love with control because control is measurable, but learning is relational, situated, and a bit unruly. When you squeeze out the mess, you squeeze out the meaning. When you readmit the mess, curiosity, context, collaboration, basics actually improve because they're hitchhiking on purpose. We don't need to repeat the cycle, tighten, narrow, regret, restore. We can keep clarity and curiosity by setting guardrails that respect complexity from day one. Standardise the signal, back judgement, measure lightly, design for the margins, and keep the local stories that make attention show up. If we must simplify something, simplify bureaucracy. Keep learning gloriously complex, like the people it serves. Okay, well, thanks for being here. Please take a look at the extended article that's linked below, and hope to see you back here soon. Okay, cheers. Bye.